Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about naming alcohol compounds, ether, aldehyde, ketones, carboxylic acid, esters, and etc. So the rest of functional groups. But before we start from alcohol compounds, let's recall again about some alkyl groups. Okay, I just checked about IUPAC rules about alkyl groups that start from isopropyl. Yeah, if you're aware from the previous video, later on the I is count as alphabetical order. So for isopropyl, it is not P, yeah, but I, yeah. You should see from the I. Okay, and then for isobutyl, same, not B but I. For secondary butyl, the alphabetical is S, and for tertiary butyl is T. Okay, so this is count in alphabetical order. But di, tri, tetra, etc. can be ignored. Okay. So now let's check again this question, because for this compound we can see that the isopropyl group present, right? So if we give name for this compound, this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, again we have isopropyl groups, and then methyl and methyl. Okay, according to IUPAC rule, isopropyl is transferred before methyl, right? Even this is dimethyl, because but we can ignore the di. So the name would be for isopropyl 3,5 dimethyl 1,3,5 heptadrine. Okay, if you were at our first video, I explained about the 3,5 dimethyl comes first before the 4 isopropyl, and after I check once again, I should be comes first before M. Okay, so this is the correct one. So please be careful. If you have isopropyl or secondary butyl or tertiary butyl, yeah, you still need to see from the I, S, T, etc. Not the B, not the P. Okay. Okay, that's about some inputs about the previous video. Okay, and then now let's start from naming alcohol compounds. To naming alcohol compounds, first you should understand that the longest chain will be ending with "ol." So let's say I have, okay, the name would be butanol. Okay, butanol, because this is alcohol, so end with "ol." Step 2, number the carbon atoms in the main chain. Begin with the end nearer to the hydroxyl group. So hydroxyl group here should attach to the C that has the lowest number. So I will give number from this. Okay, and then write the name, placing the number that locates the hydroxyl group immediately before the parent carbon compound name. So for this case, the name would be butane-1-ol. Yeah, you should place the number. So same like alkene, you should determine the location of the double bond. So same as alkene, alcohol also should be determined the location of each group. Okay, so now let's start with this question. Okay, what's the name for these 4 compounds? Okay, so first you should identify the longest chain, which consists the COH bond. So this would be the longest chain. And then numbering. So OH attached to the C with lowest number. So if I start from left, OH will locate it at the 4th C. But if I start from the right, the third C. So this is better to start from the right. So this is carbon number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what's the name? You can see that alkyl group present here. Yeah, CS3 here at the fourth carbon. So the at the fifth carbon, so the name would be 5-methyl. Oh, what's wrong with that? 5-methyl. Longest chain consists of 6 C's, so hexane, and then O is attached to the carbon number 3, so hexane 3-ol. Okay, this is because of this should be hexanol, but because we should determine the position of the OH group, so hexane 3-ol. Okay, hexanol, hexane 3-ol. Okay, how about this? Once again, find the longest chain. This is simple, yeah. This is the longest chain. Numbering 1, 2, 3. Okay, the rest is substituent, yeah. This is functional group. So what's the name would be? This is chloro. This is methyl. So C comes first, right? Before M. So 4-chloro, 6-methyl. Longest chain consists of 7 Cs, so heptane. What's the position of OH? Where is the position? The second carbon, right? So heptane 2-O. Okay, now let's check this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Butane 1-O. How about this? OH group should attach to the lower C. So this would be the higher priority compared in the alkyl. So this is carbon number 1. This is cyclohexane. Okay. So the name would be 2-methyl cyclohexanol. Should I write cyclohexane 1-ol? No, no need. Yeah, since the OS should be at the first C. Yeah, in this case. So it's enough for us to write cyclohexanol. Okay. Understand? Okay. Now this is your turn. Please pause the video. Okay, let's compare your answer with mine. Ethanol, CS3, CS2OH. 2-methyl propane-2-ol, so I will write 3 C's here. The second C, OH, at the second C, methyl. Okay, so CS3, CS3, CS3. Okay, that's 2-methyl propane-2-ol, yeah. Butanol, 1, 2, 3, 4. The second C, OH. So CS3, CH, CS2, CS3. Butane 2-ol. But2N1-ol. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first C, OH group. The second C, double bond. So this should be CH2. This should be CH. This should be CH. And this should be SCH3. Okay, But2N1-ol. Okay, that's about alcohol group. Now we'd like to see about ether. Ether has functional group ROR. Okay, so two R groups between oxygen. The common nomenclature for ether is alkyl ether. So let's say if we have this CH3O, you know C6H5 actually is benzene, right? The name is alkyl ether, but that's not IUPAC name, yeah. Later on, I will tell you about IUPAC name. This is a trivial name or the common name. So the common name for ether once again is alkyl ether, and you should choose between these two alkyl that which one comes first, alphabetically ordered. Okay, in this case we have methyl group, and benzene has S alkyl group has the name phenyl. Okay, M comes before P, so the name would be methyl phenyl ether. Okay, you can see here methyl phenyl ether. Yeah. How about CH3O CH3? Methyl, so dimethyl ether. Okay, now we'd like to see about the IUPAC nomenclature. Okay, the IUPAC nomenclature use alkoxy alkene. So let's say I have CH3O, CH2, CH3. According to trivial name, the name is ethyl methyl ether, right? Ethyl methyl ether. But according to IUPAC name, the name would be alkoxy alkene. So you should determine which one is alkoxy group. Alkoxy group is the shorter group. Okay, you can see here that there is one C at the left and two C's at the right. Which one is shorter? Methyl, right? Because only consists of one C. So this becomes the alkoxy group. Because of one C, the name would be methoxy. And then this is 18. So the name for this compound is methoxy 18. Okay. How if we have the same group, CH3 or CH3? So because there is no shorter, so you can determine which one, yeah. For example, I want to determine this as the alkoxy group, so this is methoxy, methane. So alkoxy group actually is OR group, OR, okay. So how about CH3O C6S5 if I want to use the IUPAC rules? The shorter is CH3O. Okay, so this is methoxy and this is benzene. So the name will be methoxybenzene. Okay, so alkoxyalkene for ether, IUPAC name for ether, and don't forget you should determine the shorter R group as the alkoxy group. Okay, there are several alkoxy group. You can see if you have CH3O, the name is methoxy. Okay, CH3CH2O is methoxy. CH3-2CHO isopropoxy. This is tertiary butoxy, and this is phenoxy. Yeah. If benzene as alkoxy group, this would be phenoxy. Okay. So let's say this combined with a very large hydrocarbon. So this is higher priority, right, compared than this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, for example. This is 8. This is only 6. So this will becomes the alkoxy group. Yeah, in this case, the name would be this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, sorry, 9. So the name would be 1-phenoxy nonene. Yeah, 1-phenoxy nonene. Now let's practice. Let's give name for these ether compounds. Okay, for this compound first. With the shorter R? this, right? 2 cis. So this is ethoxy. Okay, for the alkene, this is carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3. So the name would be 1-ethoxypropene. Why I should determine 1 here? Because there will be 2-ethoxypropene, yeah? In this case, ethoxy group at the second carbon. This is a 2-ethoxypropene. So because of there is another possibility for how the ethoxy group attaches to this carbon, so that's why we should state the number, yeah, of which carbon attaches the ethoxy group. So that's why one appear here, 1-ethoxypropene. Okay, now let's see this compound. There is 2 functional group, is OH and OR here. Okay, so you should state that this is the longest chain. It's carbon number 1. Okay, at carbon number 4, there is a methoxy group. Methoxy group. So for methoxy, this is functional group. OH is a functional group, yeah, not a side group. So for methoxy, heptane to O. Okay, now let's check this. Okay, balance, yeah. 2 Cs at the left, 2 Cs at the right. So let's say I choose this as the ethoxy group. Okay, do I need to state this is 1-ethoxyethene? Should I state the number here? The answer is no need. No need to state the number. Why? Because there is no 2-ethoxyethene. So let's say you move this to the first carbon, would be same, right? So no need to use the number here. There is no 1-ethoxyethene. Just ethoxyethene. No number. How about this? The shorter one is this, right? Methoxy again. But now you should give number. So this is branch. So the name would be 2-methoxy 2-methyl propane. Okay, how about this? The shorter is this, right? Ethoxy. With C, the first C. So the name would be 1-ethoxy butane. Yeah. Okay, we are done with ether. Okay. Okay. This is okay. These 3 compounds can also have a trivial name. Yeah. So let's say we have this. What's the trivial name for this? 1-ethoxypropene. Okay. Let's say I want to make the trivial name for this. Yeah. Alkyl ether. This ethyl and this is propyl, right? 1, 2, 3. So the name will be ethyl propyl ether. Okay, for this, we don't have the trivial name. How about this? This is ethyl, this is ethyl. So the name will be diethyl ether. So if you want to make the trivial name, please separate the left R group with the right R group. Yeah, separate it between O. Yeah, from O. But if you need to make the IUPAC name, you should combine the shorter R with oxygen, becomes the alkoxy group. Okay, so what's the trivial name for this? This is methyl because 1C. How about this? This is tertiary butyl, right? So the name would be M comes first, yeah. Methyl, tertiary butyl, ether. Okay, the last. What's the name? This and this. This is ethyl. 2 cis. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is butyl. B comes first. So butyl, ethyl, ether. So for ether, it has two different naming. Yeah, two different naming rules. Yeah, it could be an IUPAC rules, alkoxyalkene, or it could be a trivial name or the common name, alkyl ether. I hope you can understand about ether. Okay, alcohol done, ether done. Now we'd like to see about aldehyde. Aldehyde group has C double bond OH, yeah, functional group as its functional group. The name for alkene, yeah, will be changed to al. So for example, if I have this is ethane, right? But if I have aldehyde group, the name would be ethanol. So the E changes with al, ethene, ethanol. Okay. So okay, and then since COH has the highest priority, so this should be the carbon number one, always the carbon number one. So let's say if we have many and this is COH, this should be carbon number one. Okay, always carbon number one. Okay, for the common name of aldehyde starts with the common parent chain name and the X suffix aldehyde. Substituent positions are shown with Greek letters. For example, in this compound, yeah, we have IUPAC name methanol, but it's also have trivial name. The name is formaldehyde. Yeah, trivial is common name, so methanol is formaldehyde. So we should use suffix aldehyde for the common name of aldehyde. Okay, number 4, when the CSO functional group is attached to a ring, the suffix carbaldehyde is added, and the carbon attached to that group is carbon number 1. So let's say if I have this, and then this is C double bond O. So this should be carbon number 1. Okay. And this we call as carbaldehyde group. Okay, so carbaldehyde cyclohexene. Okay, understand? Okay, now let's do this example. Okay, IUPAC name for this is ethanol, 2 cis, yeah. The trivial name, 2 cis is acetaldehyde. Okay, for trivial name, there is no rules, yeah. So you need to memorize, yeah. How about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 5 IUPAC name is pentanol. Should I state the number 1 pentanol? The answer is no. Yeah, since CO is always carbon number 1 for any aldehyde compounds, so no need to determine the position of the COH. Yeah, so just pentanol. For trivial name, the name is polaraldehyde. Okay. The common name can only be used if it has no branch. Yeah, it has no branches. So should be a straight aldehyde chain like this. Okay, now let's continue with 3 another compounds. Okay, for this, we have chloro at the second carbon. So the name 2-chloropentanol. For this, butanol. Straight chain, so we have trivial name, this butyraldehyde. Yeah, 4-cis butyraldehyde. Formaldehyde, acetaldehyde. For 3-cis is propionaldehyde. For 4-cis is butyraldehyde. For 5-cis pyrroldehyde. Okay, now the last 1, 2, 3, 4. 3-methyl 4-cis butanol. Okay, so we are done with the straight chain alkanol aldehyde. How about the cyclic one? I will give you the example of how to give name. Okay, so the name for this is cyclohexane carbaldehyde. Okay, carbaldehyde. How about this? This should be carbon number 1, right? If I numbering from this, yeah, counterclockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, number 4. If I like this, 1, 2, 3. So I will choose the clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the name would be 3-methyl 6-cis cyclohexane. The first C, COH, so carbaldehyde. Okay, 3-methyl cyclohexane carbaldehyde. Okay, we are done with aldehyde. Now let's see how to naming ketone compounds. Ketones take their name from their parent alkene chains. The ending E, yeah, is removed and replaced with on. Okay, so let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentane become changed to pentanone. Okay, pentanone. The common name for ketones are simply the substituent group listed alphabetically with ketone. Okay, later on we will discuss about this because this is common name. Some common ketones are known by their generic name, yeah, such as propanone is referred to acetone. Okay, this number 2 and number 3 is about common name. Later we will discuss about this. So I'd like to discuss about IUPAC name first. Okay, so for this case, yeah, the name would be pentane to on. So the position of the C double bond should at the lowest number. So I'd like to give number from left compare than from right. See, sorry, from right compare than from left. Because if I compare from left, if I numbering from left, 1, 2, 3, 4, the CO will have position number 4. Yeah. So we will use two numbering from the right side. Okay, how about this? Again, this 1, 2, 3, 4. We have methyl group at the third carbon. So 3-methyl butane to on. Okay. So aldehyde always have COH at the first carbon. For ketone, you should determine the position. So same like alcohol, same like double bond, same like alkene. Okay, how about this? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So from this. Okay. So the name would be hexane 3-on. Okay, so IUPAC name for ketone is alkanone. Alkanone, ONE. But how the trivial name or the common name? The common name is alkyl ketone. So same like ether. Do you remember ether? ROR. You separate this alkyl with this alkyl ether. So same like ketone. RCOR. You separate this R with this R. So alkyl ketone. Okay. Now let's try to give the common name for these examples. Okay, we should remove the number since no need to give number for a common name. You just need to separate this R with this R. Okay, what's the name for this R? 1C methyl, this 3C propyl, yeah. So the name would be methyl propyl ketone. Okay, this is the common name. Okay, how about this? This is methyl, this is isopropyl, yeah. So the name isopropyl methyl ketone. The last one, ethyl, this is propyl. So ethyl propyl ketone. Okay, once again, this is common name. This is IUPAC name. IUPAC name alkanon, common name alkyl ketone. Okay, get it? Okay. Okay, let's move to another functional group. Alkohol dan, ether dan, aldehyde dan, ketone dan. Okay. Oh, sorry, I still have some practice questions. Some practice questions here. Okay, look here. How if I have this CS3, CO, CS3? The name will be propanol, right? The trivial name or common name is dimethyl ketone. Another common name is acetone. Okay, so this is unique for propanol. Propanol has name acetone, common name acetone. How about this? Okay, the name would be acetophenone. Yeah, to cis aceto, and then this is phenyl becomes phenol. The trivial name is methyl phenyl ketone. Okay, because you separate this with this, yeah, methyl phenyl ketone. How about the trivial name or common name for this? Diphenyl ketone. Yeah. Okay. This is about aromatic compounds and have ketone group. You will learn again, yeah, in A level about this. So I just give you the name now is benzophenone. Okay, but the most important things here, you should be able to give name for the simple ketone, yeah, simple ketone. Okay, now your turn. Okay, done. Okay, let's check your answer. The first one is cyclopentanone. This is 2-bromo cyclopentanone. 4-hydroxy cyclohexanone. 2-bromo 5-methyl cyclohexanone. How many your correct numbers? Okay, I hope all, yeah. Okay, one more practice questions. Name these compounds. Okay, let's discuss the answer. Don't forget to identify the functional group here. This is not ketone. This is aldehyde, yeah. So the name is methanol because consists of 1C. Methanol or formaldehyde. This is ketone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the third, there is a methyl group. So the name trimethyl pentanone. Again, this is ketone. Okay, the name pentanone. For this, aldehyde. At the third carbon, there are two methyl groups. So 3,3 dimethyl butanol. Okay. Okay. The next is naming carboxylic acid compounds. Carboxylic acid has a functional group RCOOH. Yeah, don't forget about that. So the name, the parent alkene will be changed from alkene to alkanoic acid, oic acid. So let's say if we have this 1, 2, 3, 4 from butane change to butanoic acid. Okay, butanoic acid. How about 1C? Methanoic acid. 2C? Ethanoic acid. 3C? Propanoic acid. Butanoic acid. Pentanoic acid. Okay. The carboxyl carbon, which is COOH, yeah, is always number 1. So same like aldehyde. Okay. But the number is not included in the name. Then the substituents attached to the chain in the usual way. So for example, we have one R group here. So the name will be 2-methyl propanoic acid. Yeah. Name the substituent attached to the chain in the usual way. For aromatic carboxylic acids, yeah, with the CO is directly to the benzene ring, are named benzoic acid. Okay, just memorize this. So this is benzoic acid, yeah. From benzene into benzoic acid. Okay, so if you're aware about this, you will see that aldehyde common name is come from the alkanoic acid parent common name. So let's say we have formic acid here, ACOOH, formic acid. For aldehyde, ACOH, yeah, the name will be formaldehyde. So the common name for aldehyde comes from the alkanoic acid actually. Acetaldehyde, propionaldehyde, butyraldehyde, fulleraldehyde. Okay, so this is the common name for the acid: acetic acid, propionic acid, butyric acid, oleic acid. Okay, for the IUPAC name, methanoic acid, ethanoic acid, this, yeah, etc. Now let's start to do this. Please pause this video until you get your own answer. Okay, let's compare your answer with mine. This is butanoic acid, propanoic acid, 2-methyl pentanoic acid. 3-chloro-propanoic acid. Next questions. Okay, let's discuss the answer. Okay, COS has the higher priority compared to the aldehyde, so this should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the name would be butanoic acid. But for the fourth carbon, there's aldehyde group, so this will be 4-oxo-butanoic acid. Yeah. How about this? For ketone, CO, so same. So 2-oxo-butanoic acid. One, two, three, four. Or 1, 2, 3, and this is amino. So the name would be 3-amino. 3-amino propanoic acid. 2-COOH group. So butane, 1,4-dioic acid. How about this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2-amino butanoic acid. 1, 2, 3. Propane, 1,3-dioic acid. Okay, so this is how we give name for carboxylic acid compounds. Next, about ester. Ester has RCOOR group. Okay, and ester is alkyl derivatives of carboxylic acids. Do you remember about how to make ester? Yes, it is through acidification reactions between alcohol and carboxylic acid. It is carboxylic acid and this is alcohol. Just be careful how the ester form. Okay, this is due to OH from the acid will attack H from the alcohol group. Okay, this will change to RCOOR. You can see I give apostrophe here because to distinguish the R group from the acid and the R group from alcohol. So this is comes from the alcohol part. Okay, this is acidification reaction. Okay, the first component of ester name is the alkyl. The alkyl group comes from the alcohol. So you should give name from the R group first. R group that attaches to oxygen. Okay, so every time you want to naming ester, please find the R attached to oxygen. So this will be the alkyl group. Okay, and then from the CO, C double bond O to the rest of the compound, this comes from the acid group. So this will becomes to alkanoid. the name will be alkyl alkanoid. Okay, the compound ester name is alkyl alkanoid. Okay, let's see if I have CS3, CO, O, CS2, CS3. What will be the name for this ester? Okay, once again, I should give name for R group attached to oxygen first, which is from the alcohol part. Yeah, the name, this is ethyl, right? Because two cis, so this is ethyl. And how about the acid part? From the C-O to this, two cis, right? So ethanoid, ethyl ethanoid. Okay, how about this name? The name for this compound. 1C, methyl. How about this? 1, 2, 3, propanoid. Okay, methyl propanoid, alkyl alkanoid. So this is how we give name for ester compounds. Now it's your turn to give name. Okay, done. This would be isopropyl propanoid. Okay, this is isopropyl. This a 3-cis, isopropyl propanoid. Okay, this is methyl. Please be careful for the acid part. There is one branch at the second carbon. So methyl, 2-methyl propanoid. Okay, the first methyl is comes from the alcohol part, methyl. 2-methyl propanoid is comes from the acid part. So this differ, right? Methyl to methyl propanoid. For the last one, isopropyl again, isopropyl. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2-methyl butanoate. Now, please draw the structures of the following compounds. Please pause this video. Okay, let's check your answer. 2-ethyl, 3-methyl butanoic acid. So this is acid, not ester. Okay, so first you should draw 4 cis since it is butanoic acid. Don't forget the functional group COOH. 2-ethyl, so ethyl group here at the second carbon, and 3-methyl. So this is the structure of AI. II, propyl metanoid. So this is ester because alkyl alkanoid. Don't forget, you should make the acid part first, which is metanoic acid, metanoid. Metanoid consists of 1 cis only, so HCO, O, and then the alcohol part, which is propyl, 3 cis. This is propyl metanoid. I. Heptanoic acid, 7 cis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. COOH. Number 2, number 3, number 4, methyl, methyl, methyl. This is number 2. Number 2, number 3, number 4. Methyl, methyl, methyl. And number 3, 1, 2, 3, that's fluoro. Like this. Okay. The last one, ethyl 2,3-dimethyl butanoate, alkyl alkanoid. So this is ester again. This is from the acid butanoate. So 4 cis, 1, 2, 3, 4, COO. Next, the alkyl group, ethyl. Okay. Don't forget that the alkanoic acid has branch at the second and the third. carbon at the second, and then at the third. 1C, 1C, yeah, methyl, methyl. So this is the structures of ethyl 2,3-dimethyl butanoate. Yeah, okay, understand? Okay, so far we already learned about naming alcohol, ether, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid, and esters, or already six, yeah, six functional groups. Okay, now I'd like to introduce you about how to give name for amide compounds. What's the functional group of amide? Amide is RCONH, yeah. Okay, it is called the amine derivatives of carboxylic acid, since the OH group from carboxylic acid has been replaced with NH2. So that's why it is called as derivatives of carboxylic acid. Yeah. So this is the structure of amide bond, RCONH. Okay, the root name is based in the longest chain, including the carbonyl group of the amide. Okay, so later I will give you the example. Since the amide group is at the end of the chain, the CO carbon must be number one. So this should be number one. The amide suffix is appended after the hydrocarbon suffix minus the E, e.g. N with amide becomes enamide. So let's say if I have CS3CONS2, the name will be before the name is ethene. So because of this is amide, CONH, the name will be ethanamide. Okay. If the amide nitrogen is substituted, these substituents are given N, capital N, as the locane. The N locane is listed first. So let's say now I have CS3, CO, and CS3, CS3. Okay, don't forget that nitrogen has three hands. Okay, so it has the capability to attach three different groups. So this is the means of this point. The amide nitrogen is substituted, and before it is NH2, but now 2H has been replaced with 2 CS3s. Okay, how to give name for this? The name will be N dimethyl. Okay, that means methyl group attached to the N. So N dimethyl, and then the name of the longest chain, which has the amide bond, is ethanamide. So N dimethyl ethanamide. Means how if I have only one CH3? Let's say only one H from NH2 has been replaced with NH3. So the name would be N methyl ethanamide. Yeah, N methyl ethanamide. Okay, the N locane is listed first, so that's why I put here first before the amide longest chain. Okay, so now let's do these practice questions. Please give name. Okay, number one is butanamide. CONH, yeah, is amide. 1, 2, 3, 4. Butane becomes butanamide. How about this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So still butanamide, but since for the nitrogen it has been replaced with one CH3, so the name will be N methyl butanamide. How about this? Okay, this is ethanamide. This is methyl. So N dimethyl ethanamide. Okay, means how if there are two different substituents at N. So let's say if I have one CS3, one CS2, CS3. Okay, let's say I have this compound, yeah. So what's the name would be? Yeah, this is ethyl, this is methyl. So ethyl comes first, and ethyl and methyl ethanamide. Okay, so not too difficult, yeah, as far as you know the rules, yeah, alphabetically order. Okay, we are done with amide. Now amine compounds. Amine has R and is two functional groups. Okay, primary amine have one alkyl group attached to N. Okay, so it's better for you to know about primary amine, yeah. Actually amine is come from ammonia. Okay, look here, this is ammonia molecule, NH3. If one of the H substitute with R group, okay, this is called as primary amine. If if 2H has been replaced with R group, this is secondary amine. If 3H from nitrogen has been replaced with R group, so this is tertiary amine. Okay, understand? For primary amines have one alkyl group attached to N here. The root name is based on the longest chain with the NS2 attached. The chain is numbered so as to give the amine unit the lowest possible number. The amine suffix is appended to the appropriate alkyl root or alkene root. Okay, so now let's try to give name for the compound in the yellow box. Okay, if I separate NS2 here, and then I give a number, I should give number from the right. Okay, because I need to give the lowest possible number for the carbon that attached to NS2. Okay, so what's the name for this? How do you think? Yeah, the name is 2-aminobutane. The another name is butane 2-amine. Okay, butane because for cis at the second carbon there is a amine NH2, so butane 2-amine. Okay, understand? Okay, for secondary amine, once again it has two alkyl groups attached to N. The root name is based on the longest chain with the NS attached. The chain is numbered so as to give the amine until the lowest possible number. The other alkyl group is treated as a substituent with N as the locane. The N locane is listed before numerical locanes, e.g. N2-methyl, 2-dimethyl. The amine suffix is appended to the appropriate alkyl root or alkene root. So what's the name for this compound? Okay, you should find the alkyl group, the other alkyl group, as the substituent. This is the shorter R group. Yeah, actually the shorter R group. This is the shorter one. So the name would be N-methyl. Okay, this is the longest one. Ethanamine. Enamine, yeah. Okay, how about this? What's the name for this? N-methyl propanamine. Amine, yeah, propanamine. Okay, how about this? And ethyl ethanamine. Okay, so this how you give them for the secondary amine. For tertiary amine, it has 3 alkyl groups. Okay, and then the chain is numbered, so as to give the amine, you need the lowest possible number. So once again, you should state N as the locking. Yeah. Okay, CS3 3 times N, so would be like this: CS3, this is N, this is CS3, this is CS3. Okay, you should choose one as the longest chain, which is this, the longest chain. The other is, assume this is the R group. So the name would be NN dimethyl methanamine. Okay, let's see another example. How about this? NN dimethyl ethanamine. Yeah. Okay, so like that, amine. Okay, now let's try to solve these problems. Please give name. Okay, let's check your answer. Okay, this is amine, amino. Okay. Okay, and then we have this as the longest chain. This is primary amine, yeah. This is alkyl group. Give number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 amino, 3 methyl, pentane. Okay, A comes first before M. Yeah, amino, methyl, pentane. The second one, this is methyl, right? This is methyl, and this carbon number 1, this carbon number 2, this carbon number 3. Okay, you can see, you can separate this to this. Okay, so the name would be N methyl. Okay, this is secondary amine, and methyl 2 propanamine. Okay, and methyl 2 propanamine, because 3 Cs and then the NH, the amine group located at the second C. So and methyl 2 propanamine. The last one, methyl ethyl ethyl. So this is tertiary amine, right? The longest chain, you can choose just one, yeah, like this. This is ethyl as the longest chain. So the name would be N. This would be the side group. So N ethyl and methyl ethanamine. Okay, this is an ethyl and methyl, and this is ethanamine. Okay, that's about amine. Okay, the last one is about nitrile. Nitrile is RC triple bond N. Okay, there are several ways to give this compound. The functional class is alkyl cyanide. The functional group suffix is nitrile. As a substituent prefix, it is called as cyano. Okay, the cyano prefix is used in a very similar manner to haloalkenes. The cyano nomenclature is most common when the alkyl group is simple. The nitrile suffix is used in a very similar manner to carboxylic acid. Okay, now let's see the cyano substituent style. The root name is based on the longest chain with the CN as a substituent. The root gives the alkane part of the name. The chain is numbered so as to give the CN group the lowest possible locane number. So as I know, once again, we assume this as the substituent. We assume this is a substituent. Okay. So the substituent attached to the first carbon. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Now let's give name for the cyano substituent style. The chain is numbered so as to give the CN group the lowest possible locane number. So this is the first C. So the name would be 1 cyanopropane. So cyanoalkene, yeah, cyano substituent style. How about with nitrile style? The root name is based on the longest chain, including the carbon of the nitrile group. This is distinguished the cyano with the nitrile style. Okay. With the nitrile style, once again, the C triple bond has number. Yeah, this is the carbon number 1. Okay, the root gives the alkyl part of the name. Since the nitrile must be at the end of the chain, it must be C1 and no locane needs to be specified. Nitriles can also be named replacing the oic acid suffix of the corresponding carboxylic acid with O-nitrile. So this would be named as butane nitrile. Okay. Butanoic acid becomes butanitrile. So once again, if it is a cyano substituent style, you should assume that CN is a substituent. But if it is a nitrile style, it is a part of the longest chain. Let's practice about this. Pause this video while you are working. Okay, the name would be 2-bromo-propanitrile. To 3-dimethyl butanitrile, and for this, for methyl pentanitrile. Yeah. Okay, look here. I also give you the link for practice nomenclature practice. Is from the www.brown about organic nomenclature. Okay, you can see there are some available practice questions here. Yeah, alcohol, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid, yeah, etc. So let's say I want to see multiple choice for alcohol ether. Which is the correct name for this? Okay, here this is ether. This is R group, CS3, O, CS2, CS3. The shorter R is alkoxy group. So this will becomes the alkoxy group. 1 cis, so methoxy. Longest chain consists of 2 cis, so methoxyethane. Would be the correct name for this. Let's try. Yes. Your score is 100. Okay, so this will be very useful for you, yeah, to practice about alcohol, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acids, blah blah blah. Yeah, aromatic, nitrogen compound, amide, amine. Yeah, just practice from this website. So everyone, we already done with all functional groups and how to give names. Now I have some mixed questions. Yeah, in these questions I combine all functional groups. Okay, you can try to give name. Okay, please try and pause your video. Okay, let's check your answer. Number one is ether, right? ROR. This is a shorter R. 1, 2, 3. So this is propoxy. And we have pentane here. So the name would be 1 propoxy pentane. Alkoxy alkene, yeah? 1 propoxy pentane. For number 2, we have a carboxylic acid group at the first carbon and halogenoalkane at the third carbon. So the name would be 3-bromo butanoic acid. For number 3, this is ketone because RCOR. Okay. But if I change the position, the CO still becomes number 2, right? At the second carbon. So you no need to state the number. So the name would be butanone. Okay, for number 4, this is alcohol, this is halogenoalkane. Alcohol have the higher priority. So the name would be 2-chloro propane 1-ol. Don't forget to state the number where's the location of OH group. Okay. Okay, let's see number 5. Again, this is alcohol. OH attached to the second carbon. So the name is butane 2-ol. Number 6, alcohol again. This should be carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3. Left or right? Right, yeah, because this is longer. 6 C's. So this is our group. 3-ethyl, hexane, 1-ol. How about this? What is this? Actually, this is alkene, yeah, alkene. But has benzene group as the alkyl. Do you remember what's the name for benzene as the alkyl group? It is phenyl, yeah, for phenyl octane. Number 8, what's the functional groups here? Okay, this is aldehyde, this is amine. Aldehyde has the higher priority. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 amino pentanol. 5 cis and aldehyde, so pentanol. Pause again and try to solve this. Okay, let's discuss the answer. 1A, this is alkanoic acid, yeah, carboxylic acid. The name is butanoic acid. B, 1,1-dichloropropane. Yeah, because if you display this, yeah, CaCl2, so this should be at the first carbon, yeah, CaCl2, CS2, CS3. C, butanone. CO, this is ketone, yeah. D, ester. Ester, COOR. So this is alkyl group, methyl acid group, ethanoid. For E, this is ether, right? ROR. So the shorter is CS3. So methoxyethane. Yeah. How about F? RCOOR. So ester again. Alcohol part, ethyl. Carboxylic acid part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So ethyl pentanoid. How about number 2? Give the structural formula of the following molecules. Condensed form is acceptable for hexanoic acid. Structural formula. Yeah. CS3, CS2, yeah. So CS3, CS2, 4 times COOH, yeah. This is for A. Butanol, CS3, CS2, CS2, COH should be CHO, yeah. Because you should distinguish the aldehyde with alcohol, so you cannot use COH because this can be assumed alcohol. So instead of COH for aldehyde, you should state as CHO, yeah. Okay, pen one in. C, CS3, CS2, CS2, CH, double bond CS2. Pen one in, right? How about D? 1 bromo to methyl butane. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 bromo to methyl butane, yeah. Just complete with the H, yeah. So CS2Br, CaCS3. This is how you make the condensed structure, yeah. CS2Br, this is H, this is H. This is H, this is CS3, right? So CH in the bracket CS3. So that means in the bracket this is branch. And then C2S5. Yeah. Okay, for E, methyl metanoid, HCOO, C2S5 or CS2CS3. Yeah. Methoxypropane, CS3O, propane, CS2, CS2, CS3. Wood to wine. This is alkyne, triple bonds, that means. So CS3, C, triple bond C, CS3. At carbon number 2, there is an alkyne group. Okay, that's answer for number 2. Which of the following is an amine? The answer is A. Okay, this is amide, CONH2. This is nitrile. How about this? Amide again, CONH, yeah. Which compound is a member of the same homology series as 1-bromopropane? Okay, I hope you still remember about homologous series. Yeah, homologous series only differ in one CH2. Yeah, CH2, 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 CH2. So that's why methane, ethane, propane, yeah, they differ only CH2, CH2. The functional group should be same. So it should not A, since iodo differ from this, it is bromo. Not B, since it has two bromo, while it just only has one bromo. C, one bromopropene. So this is different functional group, right? In, while this is in. So not this. So will be D. Yeah. One bromopentane, the same homologous series as this. Yeah, same functional group. Just differ on the number of Cs. Okay, we are done with the explanations. Now let's take a look about the past paper questions. Okay, analysis of organic compounds B gave the following composition of by mass CHO. Find the empirical formula of B. Pause this video while you answer this. Okay, now let's answer. You should find the moles ratio if you want to find the empirical formula. Okay, divide with AR so you can find the moles. And then you should divide with the lowest number, which is 1.35. This gives you 4, 10, 1. So the empirical formula for this is C4S10O. Okay, are you correct? Ya, semoga benar ya. Okay, what is the correct name of this molecule with the skeletal formula shown? Okay, let's discuss. The functional group is OH, so this is alcohol. To give name for alcohol compound, you should find the longest chain, which is the OH input in the longest chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we have 5 Cs here for the longest chain. So this is R group, R group. So 3,3-dimethyl pentane-2-ol. Yeah, C is the correct one. The compound, okay, the compound rotundone is responsible for the peppery smell of pepper and is also found in some red wines. How many hydrogen atoms are in one molecule of rotundone? Please count. Okay, to answer this, yeah, you should find the molecular formula for this compound. Okay, so first, let's count the number of Cs. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, there are 15 Cs here. Now, let's count the hydrogen. For the first C, how many hydrogens are there here? This is supposed to be CH2, right? So 2. For this should be 3. How about this? Already 3 hands, so only one each. 2 hands, so 2 hydrogen. 2 hydrogen. 3 hands, that means 1 hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, so 0. This should be 2. This should be 0. For this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. For this, 2. For this, 1. For this, 3. Okay, let's count. 19, right? Yeah, 19, yeah. Okay, the last. Which row of the table is correct? Increasing number of carbon atoms, which one? Okay, now let's discuss the answer. For option A, ethyl methanoate has the chemical formula ACOO C2S5, right? How many Cs? There are 3 Cs, yeah? Okay, methyl propanoate. There are 4 Cs. Pentyl pentanoate. This is pentanoate and this is pentyl. Wow, this should be very large, yeah? So 5 with 5, there is 10. Propyl butanoate. 3 plus 4, so 7. So A is not correct, yeah? This is 3 Cs. Methyl propanoate 4. Okay, and then propyl butanoate 7. Pentyl pentanoate 10. So the correct table is B, yeah? Ethyl methanoate 3, 4, 7, 10, yeah? So B is the answer. So this just some examples of past paper questions, yeah? You can find out in many other papers, okay? Okay, I think that's all for about naming and etc. Okay, so thank you for your attention and see you again at the next video. Bye bye.